Okay, in today's video about Algorand, I want to check out this move on the upside and see can we find some sort of a bullish structure suggesting potentially the bottom is in, and what are our options at this point in Algorand, and when can we be bullish with a bit more confidence. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you are having a great time with your family and loved ones. And first, let's go on daily time frame, zoom and more. Okay, so if you remember, when we were around these areas, I was actually talking about a potential bullish divergence in MACD, and I was saying this is a low, this is a higher low, but in RSI, we didn't actually have that because this was a low, the other one was a lower low, and we had the same deal on the live chart. Now, this divergence did send the price up a little bit, but it wasn't enough, and unfortunately, as you can see, we got another move on the downside. However, we still have a bullish divergence because in MACD, this is a low, this one is a higher low, but now in RSI, we are also having a divergence. This is a low, the other one is a higher low. So what's the point that I'm trying to make in here? In my opinion, in this move down in Algorand, we are actually running out of power, and soon I believe we are going to hit a bottom and get a decent move on the upside at the start the next phase of the bull run. And this is not specific for Algorand. No, in BTC and also I would say pretty much the whole altcoin market, we are having the same situation. And I get this feeling that we are indeed on the last legs of this whole corrective movement starting from this high back in December of 2024. So overall, I would say we are looking optimistic, and this move down is hopefully soon going to come to an end. Now, whether we can say this point right in here is the absolute bottom or not, that's kind of up for debate. You see, if you want to argue we're going to have our final bottom around here, maybe this is like a very important support, then okay, you must be able to find off of the lowest low in this area a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. This specific example is a normal 5 wave. Rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of impulsive structure, wave 3 should not be the smallest wave, and for our subwaves, we must have 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. Let's change the colors to yellow so you can see it a bit better. Okay, and for wave 2 and 4, we can have different scenarios. Let's say, yep, WXY into wave 4 and an ABC structure into wave 2. Now let's go on the live chart and see can we identify something like this starting from the lowest low. And I think it's best to go on 5-minute time frame, and I want to be very clear, I'm doing this for the sake of educational purposes. In my trading plan, I don't really go on such lower time frames, but again, since this is for just educational purposes, I think it's fine. Let's go on 15-minute time frame. Okay, here's the deal. I think this whole move down is actually a correction structure, and if you want to find an impulse, you need to say from the lowest low we are having probably a wave 1, correction for 2, decent move up to about this point into wave 3, correction for 4, and this can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up into wave 5, followed by that. I want to say from here to about this low we are having a corrective movement on the downside, and either it's going to be a WXY in form of a flat and a zigzag, or I think this might be overall an ABC in form of a running flat. Now, so far, I can tell you, maybe if you want to be optimistic and say the bottom is in, this is a wave 1 on a higher degree, correction for wave 2, and if this is actually going to be into our wave 3, soon we need to see a relatively strong move on the upside, and then, okay, we can get easily a corrective movement for wave 4, and followed by that another move up into wave 5. So let me just say that again. If we want to argue the bottom is right in here in Algorand, we need to see soon a very strong move on the upside, and as long as I'm not seeing this, I am going to be a bit careful. Why is that? Because at the same time, alongside this bullish possibility, we can also consider a bearish scenario suggesting this is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, but on a higher degree. It's going to be into actually a larger degree C leg of an ABC zigzag starting from the lowest low. And if this is implayable, okay, we can actually get another move on the downside after some more chopping around. And then I think right in here, we are going to mark our final bottom in algo. And overall, I am at the moment at least kind of having a hard time believing that we are going to get a break of this unbelievably important support area, which is from weekly and daily time frame at the same time. And no, this doesn't count as a break. Okay, if you want to say this region is broken, you need to go on weekly charts and see a candle close under here, followed by that a pullback, and then a continuation of the move down in order to take this low. And if I just go on weekly time frame, let's actually delete the waves in here. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go on weekly charts, zoom in more. As you can see, right now we are not even having a candle close. Also, in terms of candlestick patterns, I don't know if you like them, but if you do, you can hope for a green candle to come in the current week, and then you need to have your eyes on the next candlestick. If this is going to be a green one and the next one is also going to be a green candle, that's actually a good sign, suggesting potentially in here we are having a hammer. And for example, you can say maybe this was a hammer. However, pay attention to the next candle in here. This is a big red one, which means this wasn't actually a valid candlestick pattern. If you want to say this is a hammer, the next candle should be a green one. Okay, this is a very, very important point. But right now, I can tell you the fact that at the moment we are having this shadow in here, meaning we got a bounce back from this point, can be considered as a good sign. But for me, I told you before, unfortunately, this is not enough. So for the next 24 to about 48 hours in Algorand, if we are bullish, we need to see a very strong move up in order to hopefully get back above this important level. And then, okay, no problem at all. We can do a consolidation, a corrective movement in here, and then another move on the upside. If we don't do this, and for example, maybe after another small move up, we get a move down, and this is going to be an impulse, well, that's not going to be a good sign, suggesting we may have an ABC zigzag, and our move down may continue for just a bit more. But overall, I told you, I think this whole correction structure in algo and BTC and also the whole altcoin market is going to come to an end soon. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Algorand's chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.